Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Isabel, and today I thought we're just going to do a little quick video on how to hone in on answers. So basically how to check in and tune in into our bodies for answers. So answers to any kind of question that has like a yes or no, true or false, is this good for me, is this true for me, is this right for me, or not, right? So anything like that, where it's like a straightforward answer, we can easily check in on when we just drop into our bodies. And you might already be doing this, but if not, then you will feel a difference there, right? Like you will see that if something is right or true, then it's going to feel somewhat expansive. It's going to feel somewhat wide and open, and it's going to feel lighter. Right? If something is not so good or not right or not true, you're gonna feel it as a heaviness, as like a constriction, maybe like energy withdrawing, yeah, more like a tightness, and it's not going to be open, right? So that's the general thing to this. There's nuances, of course. Some people notice it in their breath that it changes. Some feel it more in the chest, some feel it more in the gut, or both, right? And you're gonna have to practice that a little bit, but you're gonna see and feel, or you're gonna feel that there is a difference. One is gonna feel good and the other one is not gonna feel good, really. So you might have to practice this for a little bit and start by using something that you already know the answers to. So for example, if I don't know, if a certain food, you know that one is really good for you, right, and the other one isn't, let's just say, and you already know that, then you can just hone in on that and see how that feels for you, right? So just as an example, I could say, okay, so I can use a statement or a question. I could say, mangoes are good for my body, right, and hone in on that. So in my case, the answer is yes. And I feel this mainly in the chest, but also in the gut. And I do feel like a wide openness, right? And it feels very light and uplifting. Yeah, and expansive, welcoming, opening, right? If I use, let's say, something where I know it's not so good for me, right? Like milk, right? My body doesn't like milk, for example, but if I use it as a statement, I would say my body likes milk. Then instantly, like I notice a shift. Like what was open before is now closing down, right? And it's constricted. And I feel this mainly in the back area. It feels tighter, denser, and also heavier. And I even feel that in my breathing too, right? It's narrower. And then if I go back to the mangoes, right? My body likes mangoes, or do I like mangoes? And right away, I feel like this opening. It's opening up, and it feels lighter. And the gut too, right? It's all opening up. And you can use this with anything. You can ask if somebody's telling you the truth or not, or if something you want to attend, some kind of event, or you want to go to some place, whatever it is, you can just ask, how does that feel for me? Is that good for me? Is that right for me? Is that true for me? And hone in on the answer. And the great thing is that energy doesn't lie. Like there's always like the straightforward answer, and the body perceives it, right? There's going to be this response. And the more you practice it, the more instantly it comes on. And then at some point right away, you're going to have that yes, or that right? That kind of thing. And you can also do that with something. How is it going to feel down the line? Like if I do this now, if I make that choice, how is it going to feel 2 years from now? If I eat this food, how is it going to feel in 2 hours from now? All these things where you can expand on. Or I could say, sitting in front of the laptop, is this still good for my body, or do I actually need a break and go outside? And if it's yes, I can expand on that and say, okay, what would serve me now? Maybe I feel emotional and a little turmoil, and I want to go somewhere where there's water to balance that out. Maybe I want some peaceful place and somewhere where I can contemplate, and I want to go in the forest. Maybe I feel confused and overwhelmed, and I'm lacking the bigger picture, and then I might want to go somewhere where it's actually elevated. All these things, right? But the point is that we always have a clear response from our bodies, and it's going to be very direct. I can ask, is this an entity that I'm talking to? Yes or no, right? Is this a being of love and light? Yes or no, right? And we always get that answer, and it's going to be that instant response from our bodies. And it never lies. It really never lies. Of course, there's other ways to do this and to check in on these things. You can use visual methods. You can, for example, use your psychic screen and put like a yes or no and have a ball drop, for example, right? And see where it lands. This works just as fine, but the thing is with this, if there's any kind of interference from the mind, or if there's a lot of doubt, or if you're attached to a certain outcome, then that's going to be a little tricky. Another thing you can also use, also just to verify really, is muscle testing, right? So you already might be doing this, but if not, there's different methods to this. A lot of people just do this kind of thing, right? They have like 2 fingers closed and hold them tight. And if it's a yes, you can't break the circle. If it's a no, you actually can. What I usually do, because for me it's simpler, I just use one hand, doesn't matter which one, for me it's the dominant one. And I basically just use my middle finger and press on the other one, right? So if it's a yes answer, it's going to hold up. If it's a no answer, I don't know if you can see this, but then the tip is going to come down, right? So that's how I do this. Again, if that's new, then you might want to practice it a little bit. But yeah, this was already it. I just wanted to throw that out there so that we all start, perceiving our answers and not rely on anyone else to tell us what to do. Or, I mean, we can always take advice from somebody. We can always consider what they're saying, right? We can take in inspirations and all of that. But ultimately, we want to find out what's true and right for us at any given moment. We want to trust that, and we want to go with that. So yeah, I hope this helped you. Have a great day and take care.